And welcome back, Professor Almeida, jpalmeida.com, here to give you a quick primer on Cisco Packet Tracer. Now, if you are a home user, you can download Packet Tracer by logging in to your Cisco NetAccount account. All you have to do is just run a quick search for Packet Tracer. You don't need to enroll in anything. Just find that download page and grab your copy of Packet Tracer. Now, if you are in any COS classroom or lab, Packet Tracer is already installed and you can actually get in as a guest. And let me show you momentarily. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Cisco Packet Tracer. This is version 7.2 here. Now, to get in as a guest, you're going to find a button in the lower right corner. And Cisco is going to really want you to log in with an account. They're going to pop open a browser window. They're going to make you wait and confirm that you're a guest. And then finally, when you go to save your Packet Tracer file, they're going to limit you to a certain number of saves. So they're going to do all these tricks to get you to log in with an account. If you want to log in with a Cisco account, that's really up to you. So anyway, this is Packet Tracer 7.2, and you're going to find that it's a pretty useful tool for simulating different networks and seeing how those devices communicate within those networks. All right, we have this work area here, and for this video, we're only going to concern ourselves with the different menu options down here in the lower left corner. You can see I have a menu for network devices, which include routers and switches. I have a menu for my end devices, including PCs, and then I have one here for connections. What I'm going to do in this video is just build a very simple network. As a matter of fact, I'm going to build two LANs, and we're going to see if we can get those two LANs to talk to each other. I'm going to begin by dragging out a couple of PCs here, and all you have to do is just take the PC and drag it. You're going to see that they have automatic assignments, PC0 and PC1 respectively, and then let's go ahead and set up our second LAN here. So there's PC2 and PC3. Now, to get these PCs to talk to each other on the network, we do need to add a switch for each. Okay, so I'm going to choose network devices. Here's my list of switches, and I'm just going to drag them out, right? Okay, so both networks have a switch, and now we need to establish connections between the PCs and the switches. All right. So we'll go to connections, and I'm actually going to choose this lightning bolt right here, this first option. The reason for this is because everything will be done automagically, right? I don't have to sit there and think about what kind of interface I'm going to be using. And as you can see here, we have indicator lights, just like what you would find on actual networking hardware. Okay, those indicator lights will go green momentarily. Okay, so if something isn't green, you want to check it out and see what's going on here. Okay, so we have a very simple network right now. We have two PCs connected to each other through a switch. Let's go ahead and add our routers. And I'm going to drag out the 2811 router here. And then we'll go ahead and include the other one. And then establish connections there. All right, so again, return back to connections, grab the lightning bolt, click on router 0, go to switch 0, and you're going to notice that there are red indicators, which means that those interfaces are down, and we're going to have to configure them. Okay, you can move these around if you really want to clean things up, and well, we're set. Now we just need to configure things, and I'm going to start with PC0 here, and we'll click on PC0 and go to the config tab. Now, I need to set up a gateway IP address. This is the IP address of the router here, okay? And we're going to choose 192.168.1.1. This is pretty typical of a SOHO network, right? Small office, home office setup. Usually, it's 192.168.1.1. And then I'm going to go to the Fast Ethernet 0 interface, and I'm going to assign PC0 this IP address, 192.168.1.2. Now, you can assign whatever IP address you want for your gateway and your PCs, just as long as you are staying consistent given with what you know about IP addressing. Now, you're going to notice that the subnet mask appears automatically. You can see that this is a /24 configuration, okay, pretty standard here. The interface is on, And then we'll do the same thing for PC1. Again, go to the config tab. Our gateway here is 192.168.1.1. And I'm going to give PC1 here 192.168.1.3. Again, you'll see the subnet mask appear automatically, and the interface is up. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and set up PC2 and PC3. So for this network, I'm going to make the gateway 192.168.2.1. Okay, and then for PC2, I'm going to assign 192.168.2.2. Again, you see the subnet mask, and then one more time for PC3. Go to config. Gateway is 192.168.2.1. And then for our fast Ethernet interface, 192.168.2.3. Okay, one last thing before we test. I'm going to go to router 0 and router 1. Again, go to config, and now this time I'm going to head on over to the first fast Ethernet 0/0 interface. And what's the IP address? Well, it's the gateway address. So for router 0, that's 192.168.1.1. Again, you'll see that subnet mask pop up. We need to turn this interface on, and you should see the indicator lights go from red to green when we do that. Okay, give it a moment, it'll show up. Same thing for router 1, right? We go to config and go to that first interface. Our gateway address here is 192.168.2.1. Okay, and then again, the subnet mask, turn this on, and it should go green. So remember, the router IP address is your gateway address. So double check all of that before you continue. Okay, so let's do some tests here, and I'm going to see if PC0 can talk to PC1. All right, so we're going to go click on PC0 and head to desktop. I'm going to bring up the command prompt, and we're going to use ping. Okay, so I'm going to type ping and then 192.168.1.3 because that's the IP address I assigned to PC1, which, by the way, whenever you're working with Packet Tracer and you're doing IP address assignments, make sure you jot them down somewhere so you don't forget. All right, we can see we're getting a response here, so everything is great, right? If you really want to convince yourself, you can do the reverse from PC1 to PC0. And while we're at it, why don't we just test, let's go ahead and test the second one here. See if PC2 and PC3 can see each other. So ping 192.168.2.3. Okay, we're getting a response. And hey, why not? Let's try to ping the gateway 192.168.2.1, and again we're getting a response. So we can see that our networks are functioning here, but let's get them to talk to each other, right? So I'm going to go ahead and establish a connection between router 0 and router 1. Now again, you're going to see that this interface is down. We're going to have to bring it up, and that means going back to router 0, and we'll go to this second interface, and I'm going to give it this IP address, 172.16.0.1. And again, the subnet mask is automatically assigned, and we need to turn this interface on, by the way. So as far as the IP address goes, I'm just choosing a class B here, 172.16.0.1. If you really want to, you can do 10.0.0.1 if you really wanted to. It's up to you. You just have to remember to stay consistent, okay? So this is turned on, and then again with router 1 here, we're going to give this one 172.16.0.2. Again, you should see the subnet mask is automatic. It's a /16. And there you go, green lights. All right, let's see if PC0 and PC2 can find each other. Okay, let's go ahead and just ping it, right? If you're feeling for Michael Jackson, right? Ping 192.168.2.2. Whoops. Nothing's happening here. Okay, so clearly the information is not getting through, and there's one more thing that we need to do, and that's to share the routing tables, right? We're going to need to use RIP, or Routing Information Protocol, to share the routing tables from both routers here. So I'm going to start with router 0, and we're going to go to RIP, and we do need to add our two network IDs to this routing table. Okay, what are the network IDs? Well, let's take a look. We have 192.168.1.0, right? And the other one is 172.16.0.0. So for our routing table, for router 0, I'm going to go ahead and type in 192.168.1.0, and then we're going to add 172.16.0.0. And we're going to have to do the same thing on the other side for router 1, right? We're going to need to add our routing table here. Okay, 192.168.2.0, because remember we made this 192.168.2.1, right? And then 172.16.0.0. Okay, and it might take a moment, but let's see if we can get them to talk again. And as you can see, let's just do one last check. Okay, just make sure everything is good, and then same thing over here. Just make sure everything is good, and let's see if PC0 can talk to PC2. All right, let's go for it. Ping 192.168.2.2, and there you have it, folks. We have a nice little setup here where both networks are talking to each other. So this is Cisco Packet Tracer. Have some fun with it. I hope this video helps you out, and if it did, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Sorry, I don't have any merch, unfortunately, but there you have it. Good luck, and thanks for watching.